Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Fluxtacuck Podcast. This is episode 1 of season 2. We're now on Spotify, so if you're a listener from Spotify and you're new here, hello, we are the Fluxtacuck Podcast, or Team Flux, whichever you want to call us. I'm joined here by Nano.
Yo, what's good? I'm Taru. Follow me at Twitch, please. NanoAttack02.
Also here with Scooter Trooper.
Yo, I'm Scooter Trooper. I'm also on Twitch. Follow me.
We're also here with Jadarius.
Hello, I'm Jadarius. I'm big up-and-coming YouTuber, man. Definitely go watch Roblox Cinematic.
We're also here with Brushman.
I'm a singular brush, so that's epic.
We're also here with the Shorin.
Hi.
Perfect.
Oh my god, wait, that's Shorin? I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
I
I didn't
know.
realize he was in the call.
Holy
What?
shit.
Shorin?
I
The
know.
Oh my
Shorin?
god, I'm such a big
The
fan.
legendary Shorin.
So
Damn,
it's
can I
actually
get
a
your
proven
autograph?
fact that we have the Shorin on
I
our
wasn't aware.
podcast right
I'm not
now.
prepared. I'm not worthy.
He's
Oh my god,
I'm just
why,
a
are we,
surprised.
why are we allowed in this one?
I know. See, if you guys don't know who Shorin is, for some random reason, he's a YouTuber who popped off from a Fortnite
On
dance
his-
video that got
on his first ever video.
more views than any of my videos. So, to be fully honest, he's just so much bigger than me. So, why don't you take the stage, Shorin, and start off
Well,
our
he is taller
first
than you as well.
topic. Oh, yeah, he's also taller than me. You start off the first topic.
Hi.
Awesome.
So we start off the podcast with the origin of story of Team Flux.
Yes, thank you.
So Team Flux started back in 2020 when Fluxman, hey I'm Kermit, took upon the YouTube creativity.
Sean, you put the wrong script. You
I'm fucking
got the wrong script.
Oh my god. Do you want me to do it? Okay, sweet. Okay, so
Oh my god, I'm losing my mind.
Flux.
I'm losing my brain cells.
Flux first started off way back in 2016 or 2017, and it was just a couple of our friends, like mainly just me, Jack, Kai, Nathaniel. I feel like there was more. We had Big Nib,
Oh no.
Yo.
but no Big.
Oi.
Yeah. Leave that there. And a few others. Basically, it was just our friend group, and I wanted a name for better, I guess, representation or branding, so that people kind of clarify, like, oh, this is the group of people that record with Hey I'm Kermit, and they also do a bunch of different stuff. So that was kind of what I used Flux for. Flux grew from what was originally a COD clan. Back in the day, we were called Spaz. Basically, we played COD, but then after we broke away from the leader of Spaz or whatever, then we created Flux. I started making funny moments YouTube videos. I started off with Fortnite. I did a bit of Rust. I did a bit of Roblox. And then I moved to
dude, you did
CSGO.
Roblox?
I know, one of my favorite videos, like when it comes to funny moments, was actually the Roblox video I recorded. That was like the first time we ever saw the Yvonne, and it was very interesting. But we kind of split away from the Yvonne. Back before the Fluxtacuck podcast came along, we had I had a podcast called The Frog Pod, which went for 3 episodes, and that was kind of the beginning of me learning how to podcast, learning about audio, and this was back when I used to use a headset to record, so it wasn't that great. And then when we started up the Fluxtacuck podcast, that's when a lot of the branding came into play. We added a bunch more people, like we had McValent join, we had Shorin join, we had, well again, I guess, he was a very early-ish member. Who was after Bryce? Oh, then we had Sundog, who was kind of the start of like I started not leaving, but I started making funny moments on more games other than,
Like CSGO.
yeah, CSGO, and I think I was still doing some Minecraft stuff a little bit. But yeah, Sundog was kind of the first thing where I really found him funny and I enjoyed him being around, so we put him in more videos, and then that's kind of when it sparked and kept going. And recently I stopped playing CSGO really and started just making funny moments on Rainbow Six. I've been exploring
hate
music.
CS now.
I do. I hate CS. I can't play that game.
Well, you do, but you only play it socially with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
It's
obviously,
not. You
Meme
don't find it
games,
good to
yeah.
record it anymore, or you might record it, but you'll never use it for a video or anything. these
yeah.
days.
Like I mean, it really depends on when I play, how much fun I'm actually having. Yeah, and it really comes down to like what's actually good for content. Like if I can only get a small portion like say 5 minutes of content from a CS:GO gaming sessions like in the past while, I won't bother making a CS:GO video because it's just not enough content, and that's the problem. A lot of the time when I started editing Rainbow Six Siege videos, I started to get bored of editing CS:GO videos because there wasn't much editing going into CS:GO. With Rainbow, I could put so much more into it, like editing, and like obviously when people die, I could like put effects in it. It was so much easier, and I was be allowed to be more creative when editing those types of videos. Like with Rainbow Six Siege being kind of the main things I do now, that's allowed me and some of the other boys from Flux to now make a minor like esports kind of like dip our toes into esports, and that's what I've been doing with all these boys. Apart from Brushman, he's been doing other things.
Not a gamer.
Loyal supporter.
Yeah, but we've been loving like the whole
It was fun.
like situation. You know, we were lucky enough with Team Dawn, who I've talked about in the past on my channel. They are a media group, and they've helped me get more. Well, they helped me get my first sponsorship, I guess, from G Fuel, and they've done a decent amount for me. But thanks to Team Dawn, they've allowed us to go join this tournament, this Rainbow Six Siege esports tournament type thing, and practice. We practiced for an entire week, or was it 5 days? I think it was 5 days.
Pretty much an entire week.
Yeah.
It's like 5 or 6 days.
And we were practicing like, I'd say 6 hours a day, sometimes even, I'd say 6 hours a day, sometimes a little bit more. And it was fun. We managed to smash past in the, we got into the semi-finals. We won our first match, only just, got into the semi-finals, and then lost our game in the semi-finals up against people that were way higher ranked than us. So I think we did fantastic, like, just to even get to that point. Like
For a taster, it was good. Hey, Toru.
Yeah, you know it.
Like,
You
obviously,
should
we
know
had
that.
some pretty decent players, like, leading our team. Obviously, Shorin, you
He's
were
the fucking
highest.
best.
Yeah, he had the highest rank. He was smashing it.
Silver 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, smashing in
And-
silver.
Because like, we were all dog shit.
We were all bronze rank, which is the second lowest rank.
Second highest,
Is that
definitely.
correct? Second
Yeah,
lowest.
second highest.
Second
And then we
No,
were
second
versing
lowest.
people in silver, and gold. I
And
think.
gold, yeah.
And I'm amazed we even made it up to the
Dude.
semis. Like,
Facts. Like,
what the hell?
that was so fun, and like obviously we can come back from this that whole event and, you know, practice some more, go into another one. And my goal with obviously putting my toes in now is to come back and get some amazing players, or like some really our best players for Siege, and create an actual team that will go into future tournaments, either hosted by Team Dawn or just any sort of Rainbow Six tournament, and hopefully they can do well, and we can get more branding and like more representation for Flux and push that around, which is what I wanted to do that this year anyway. I really, like, I've been working on a clothing line. I've been trying to figure out different ways where I can invest my money and my time into something cool, which I think esports is one of the first things that we've got into, or like not esports, but close enough, like to something I'm proud of. And I think once I get this clothing line out, and once Corona finally does its thing, and
Oh, dude, love Coronas.
dude, exactly, Rona season, and we can
Let's
just
go.
smash back this clothing line, and I can release it and do all the pre-orders, and if that goes well, I can do even more stuff down the line with that. I quickly just want to talk about like the future of Flux and what I want to do with Flux, because obviously we've just talked about like what we have been doing, but what is up and coming, what is going to happen. Obviously, I haven't been uploading too much on my channel. I've just been making music and doing that kind of thing and playing games and actually enjoying my life again. But I do have a new Funny Moments video coming out. And with that... with that new video coming out, I'm obviously going to try delve into more content. But with you guys, what are you guys wanting to do? What's the future for you guys? Like, if you want to start with you, Nano, because obviously you've just started your Twitch journey.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to
Yeah.
take that? What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I sort of just did it to take the piss a little bit, and then like I got a couple followers. So no, I'm still in uni, and I'm going down like that whole thing. But while I do that, I don't know. I just thought that Twitch would be
Surely you're
something fun.
dropping
So
out.
hopefully, if shit goes well, maybe I will. Yeah, and in 5 years' time, who knows what's happening with it? But it's something that I'm just gonna do, pretty casual about it. But yeah,
I mean,
if it goes well.
That's the best way to do it, though. Like, obviously, everyone in content creation, you have to have that fine line between having it as a hobby and having it, obviously, as a job, which is what I very struggled to do because I no longer do anything other than YouTube. So YouTube consumes my life. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm stuck on YouTube watching videos all day. No, quite literally, I go to sleep, I'm thinking about new videos, or I'm thinking about like, oh shit, I haven't been doing enough editing or whatever, or I'll have like a fucking a blockage of like, I don't know what I can do to this video to make it better or even good enough for me to upload it. Like, you got to have that fine line. But what about you, Nathaniel? Because you were doing Twitch for a while, and then you obviously took a hold.
I'm currently in the process of getting it all fixed up because I switched from OBS to Streamlabs OBS, and so I'm just trying to reset it all up, getting overlays done, getting on my sound mixer and stuff, all that kind of thing, and then I'll try and do it. I'll be doing it more casually, but I do want to try and do it quite frequently, kind of thing. It'll be like I'll do it for a couple hours after getting home from work, that kind of thing, because I do work full time, obviously.
Yeah.
But I will have a bit more free time for the next, I think, month. I think it's going to be because of the whole lockdown. I'm not going to be having my 5 days a week. I think I'm only going to be having like a max of 3 or 4, which is all right. And so I'll be able to have a lot more time at home to be able to like fix it up, like in stream and stuff once it all starts.
Yeah,
Which
hell
is
yeah.
cool. But in 5 years, obviously I don't know what my stream's going to be like, whether I continue to try and do it or not, that kind of thing. But I do want to, hopefully within the next 5 years, is get my electrical apprenticeship, and so want to be a full-on Sparky.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least I have like a backup plan that I can go to, that that I'll be a qualified electrician. So in case, or I'll be a qualified electrician and work like that, and then.
Oh my god! Surely do tradie streams.
Tradie streams, mobile streams while on the work site. Let's go.
I mean,
surely.
that's pretty popular. IRL streaming. Can you actually do that with a job? Like, you can't
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah. I
right?
guess.
Like, unless
I
you're
kind of-
self-employed.
Yeah. If I'm self-employed, or I guess if it's not for long, and I guess it depends on the job. I guess.
And like, surely you could ask as well.
Yeah. Like I guess I wouldn't do it if I was working at somebody's house rewiring their house, or like doing a light socket or something like that. I'd be doing it if I was more doing like an industrial type thing, maybe. Be like, oh, hey guys, we're going to Bunnings and rewiring their electrical circuits.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
kind of thing. But
simple shit.
Yeah.
yeah. More
Not
stuff
like
that I'll be more
software, it's
isolated.
possible death.
Yeah. Like it'd be in a spot where I'm more isolated and by myself, that I would be able to do it, and I would be able to have the time to do it, and I have I have the resources to be able to do it more freely, kind of thing, rather than being in somebody's house and being on more of a time, like more strict time.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, and also because it's like they're basically paying me per hour to do it, and if I'm sitting there just talking to chat and stuff like that.
Just like having a chat to stream.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing because I guess I would be able to do it like before like Smoko or something like that, and then do it during Smoko, which would be whatever, the half hour or whatever kind of thing. And then I'd have to do like shorter streams, so I'd probably have to keep them to like under an hour if I was going to do that, but.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
the
not
cool
really a
thing
thing.
though, if you did do that, you'd obviously create your own sort of audience interested in something completely different to what Twitch is usually used for. And then with that, you could probably fucking inspire someone.
I can inspire a new category on Twitch.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I know IRL streaming was at one point reasonably popular, but that was just because there was a lot of people going around like public with speakers just trolling people and all that. But I mean, you never know. In like 5 years' time, that could be something like a great category to go in. And obviously, Twitch is a really good field. If you're doing well majority of the time, as long as you're enjoying yourself, you're getting a good amount of like. You're getting a good amount out of it, whether that's money or, you know, happiness or just anything. Because obviously you want to be financially stable when doing anything. But...
Yeah, which is why obviously I'll go for the thing first, and then streaming on the side, and then obviously if the stream picks up and it's to the point where I am stable, then I can either choose to be like, all right, I'll back off from being an electrician, I'll go full time into streaming, or I'll be like, hey, like I'll go into like kind of like a casual kind of thing into being an electrician. So to go that kind of path, like I guess in the next 5 years, I think it would be it's a bit too much of a gap to look towards.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the plan, because an electrician apprenticeship is like 3 years or something. So two, I think it's 2 at most.
Yeah.
2 at least. Sorry.
Sick.
So yeah.
What about you, Brushman? Like, obviously you're not too into, you know, posting videos anymore, but what do you see? Where do you see yourself and around?
Releasing more Microsoft Paint videos on my YouTube channel.
Dude,
Oh my god, those are my favorites.
So like, have
keen.
you seen the views on those videos? Your like Big Smoke one has like solid views. Are you ever
Only took
going...
4 years.
Yeah, but are you ever going to actually like make more of those painting videos, or
Maybe.
possibly? I mean, they're pretty easy to make, and if you enjoy doing them, obviously, yeah. But
Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I like doing streaming, like doing the painting, drawing stuff.
yeah, no, I've been enjoying the hell out of your streams because before,
Even though it's only your homework.
yeah, exactly, like homework, but it's still sick. Like you have a completely different art style where, like, I can sit for hours just watching you draw while I'm like doing things, and it's a lot of the time it's vibey as hell. You're doing a good job for someone who's just started out. Like you're definitely on the right track to, you know, doing
That
more.
means so much coming from Ham Kermit.
Yeah, because
Oh my
you're
God, I'm
The
gonna cry.
legendary ham curve.
you're doing. What are you actually studying at uni? You're studying like.
So I'm doing creative media production, pretty much doing like game design, graphic design, 2 very different things, but like they both sort of work together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like live
Yeah.
together.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
That's
picking up.
What about you, Jadarius? Like, obviously, we've had a discussion like this before, but where do you see yourself in 5 years or around that?
I've always wanted to do YouTube again because I had a channel for a bit. It was just absolute meme. Just shit.
It was so
pretty much.
good. It is so good.
But yeah, I'd like to start again, but it's just the whole learning how to edit and to record properly and just being bothered to do it really. But now I'm starting up full-time study and part-time work, so it's probably the worst time to start right now.
Well, even if you could just make it so you're you only do it every now and again kind of thing, rather than doing
Yeah, just do it as a hobby. That's what
Yeah,
I would do it in the first place.
That's
like only post once a month kind of thing, like Harley.
That's what it's turned into. Like, I post a funny moments once a month, and then I'm going to be pumping out music for the next few months with a funny moments once a month. No, I'll hope to get more than once a month funny moments, but. Like, I mean, Jack, here's, like, I just want to pitch in with your whole thing. If you really do want to do YouTube, you can always, like, have... Obviously, Flux is pretty big. There's a lot of people in Flux where we can help you out wherever you need. Like, if you, obviously, are busy with classes or whatever, but you have a video that is half done or you've recorded, but you don't know how to, like, edit, people can teach you how to edit. If you don't, like... If you know how to edit down the line and then you still don't have enough time to edit their video, there's people that can edit their video. I want to keep people in Flux happy and pumping out content if that's what they want, and I want to make it as easy as possible for them. So if you really do want to do something like that, I can definitely help you out with that.
I haven't even got to that starting point. I've set up OBS and stuff, but I still don't quite know how to, I'm trying to make it all work in that.
Making sure it's all smooth, that sort of thing.
Vibes.
Yeah, picking up all the right audio, that's what I'm having problems
obviously,
Yeah, that's
you're
me with
pretty
streaming at the
lucky.
moment.
With your computer, you already have a pretty decent computer to start you off. So, like, once you get everything else on off the ground, like with recording and everything like that, you're pretty set sailed for like running any game or whatever that you need to do with it. That's even if you're going to do gaming content. It's really up to you. But what about you, Shorin? Because obviously you haven't uploaded in a long while, but all of your videos that you have uploaded have actually been fun to watch and really entertaining for me at least. So where do you see yourself?
I see myself becoming a full-time Flux member, just like daily videos, just like pumping it out for the Fluxtacuck channel, because I'm just really committed to this. Like, I can see this working in the future.
I love your sarcasm.
What?
I love your sarcasm.
Oh, that's so good.
Dude.
Why are you guys laughing?
Dude, that's one thing I like about you, Sean. Like, you're a good actor when it comes to playing this whole character. Like,
I'm not acting.
no, I know. You play a great character. I'm just saying, Sean. You're definitely set out for good things. And obviously now, this year, like, you're out of school now. What's your plans? You're just gonna...
Sit at
What are
home.
you gonna do? Yeah. Do you have a job?
Not right now, because, lockdown.
Oh! Forgot about that. But,
Yeah,
like,
lockdown. Lockdown.
That's a good one.
I mean...
I don't know if you guys are disappointing or not, to be fully honest.
That's not disappointing. Sean can deny it all he wants. Like, he's an amazing content creator and doesn't care what he says. He has no choice. He has to be good
At what?
at content.
Oh,
At
right,
making
right, right.
content.
I
Obviously,
think that.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think that Twitch is like so much more easy in terms of like content, purely because you can literally just switch it on and do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing is that it's more that it's once you get to the whole. It's like the only hard part about it is actually setting it up at the start.
True.
Yeah.
Once
I
you're on a
fully agree.
roll, it's very easy to keep rolling down that hill.
Where YouTube, it's obviously you have to edit a video and you might have to change the style of the way that you edit several career. Or
Definitely.
like that.
I've had to do that. Like, obviously, the worst mistake I think I've ever made is when starting to make funny moments videos, I subtitled them, and I started off with little amounts of subtitles. The subtitles looked like dog shit. I then upgraded, because I started subtitling, I have to upgrade. Whenever you start upgrading something or getting better at something, you're forced to get better. So now every time I want to pump out a new video, I have to subtitle it. I have to censor every sort of thing, or cut all the clips and sift through way more footage than I've ever had to sift in my life. I sometimes have to sift through like 4 to 10 hours worth of footage, and with this new video, the reason why it's taken me so long is because I have like 6 hours of footage, 4 hours of footage every single day. That's 7 days of the week. 4 times 7 is, please someone do the math.
4 times 7.
Yeah.
21.
28.
That's 28
Fuck.
hours of footage that I would have to sift through.
35.
69.
Like, there's a lot of footage that I actually have to sift through to then upload this video. And with that upgrade, obviously, I've had to push myself even more and more. And a while back, a few months ago, I think it was 2 months ago or so, I really wasn't enjoying editing the videos. I would record, and then I would take a day break where I would just sit in my bed and I'd watch Netflix all day, and then the next day I'd be like, alright, well, today I have to edit, and I would push myself to edit, where I, like, at the end of the day, I look at myself and I'm like, yes, I've edited, but have I enjoyed myself today? No. And, like, that's where I started to consider, getting an editor, which obviously is a pretty dumb idea when you're a small YouTuber, because you're investing your own money into not making money back. Which, obviously, if you have good friends, it can be useful sometimes. You don't have to pay as much like that, but obviously, yeah, with content creation, if you're not interested in something, like if you don't enjoy something, the majority of the time you can solve that by getting someone else to do it. It's just like real life. If you can't fucking have a baby, you can get someone else to have that baby, and
You can get somebody else to have sex with your wife.
exactly. Like,
Yo!
if you're a cuck like that, there's always a solution. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this group or like just content creation.
Yeah, we'll have sex with your future wife.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
So
generous.
that's what you're trying to say, right? Because that's what I'm picking up.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down, buddy. I got you.
That actually brings me to another point. Like, obviously, we've joked about it before with house arrangements. Obviously, it's always been a dream of mine to have a Flux house. I have a plan. It might not be.
I have a dream.
I do have a dream like that one black guy. I have a dream that.
You mean Martin Luther King Jr.?
Yes, Martin Luther King.
That one guy.
That one guy, Morgan Freeman.
That's small.
But yeah, I have a plan. It really just, I mean, it might not be us specifically, well, you guys specifically that around at that time, but I have talked to my parents and figured out a plan, and there will be a Flux house one day.
There must be.
Oh, let's
It
go.
might be a shed in my backyard, but there will be a Flux
That's
house.
the funny thing, because I've talked to my
It's a
parents.
trailer.
No one
It's a
No one, if I told you how it would work, people would just find it funny, but you'll see one day.
We find it funny now.
Yeah, I know. That also brings me to, we have a group channel now where all the clips from this podcast and group videos that don't make it to my channel, that are more based around a large group of Flux members, will now be on the group channel, which is displayed right here. You guys can go subscribe to that. It is actually in the related channels to my channel if you really want to go subscribe to that and watch that content. If you really don't like the fact that I don't upload that much, there's more content on there coming out.
I did not know that was a thing.
I know, I
Neither
haven't
did
actually
I.
told you guys.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Come on, you get
like,
with it.
Yeah. With that,
Inform your hosts.
very, very true.
Announcement,
We're even
guys.
on the
I
fucking
want
thing.
Yeah, wait, what?
We're in the group.
Yes, very true. No, I can't. Come on, man. It's a secret. That's why it's much cooler now that I tell you guys, because now you're thrown back and like, oh shit, okay. But obviously, with me doing things like this, I wrote down one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. Like, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
About 5 minutes down the road.
Which direction?
Like,
I don't know.
Like it could
honestly, if I could live anywhere,
You don't know.
if I could,
It's
if I
just
could
5
genuinely
directions.
live anywhere,
be.
I'd live in a fucking forest.
Really? You know, Jacksepticeye
That
used to
would
live
be
in a forest.
Fire.
Forest, is that how you say it?
Jackspedice,
Forest.
Yeah.
Forest.
I don't know how to say it,
Forest.
but he used to live in like a lodge in the middle of the forest or some shit. I don't
Dude,
know.
I love it.
That's
So is
quite
that a question
interesting.
you're asking everyone?
Yeah, everyone. You can answer it one by one, or
That was basic.
yeah. Sorry about that. Well, Nathaniel, where would you actually want to live? We'll go down.
Where would I actually want to live? I would actually genuinely want to live still in the country. I would probably still want to live in the Bay here. Otherwise, if Auckland became less chaotic, I'd probably go up there just because like there's more malls and stuff.
Dude, facts. Tauranga, I don't want to leak where we fucking, well, at least I live. But Tauranga only has like the 2 malls, and they're both pretty fucking average. Like
Oh, Bayfair, the one and only.
Let's
Bayfair,
go!
and we also have
Wait, what's the other one?
The Taurico.
Oh yeah, that's right. The new one.
Yeah, which isn't that bad.
I
I
really-
enjoy leaving the house sometimes and going to malls.
Sometimes.
I really vibe with Wellington.
Wellington.
Wellington's
I've never been
fucking
to
sick.
Wellington.
It's
But-
so much
It
fun.
is.
Oh wait, that's where you're like doing
That's where his study
uni at
is.
the moment.
No.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no,
I
it's
forgot
just where he
about
lives on
that.
the
That's where
weekends.
I'm doing uni. I don't care.
Just where he lives on the
Anybody-
weekends.
But isn't Wellington just full of old people and like
No.
the
No,
politicians
no,
of
it's
New
not.
Zealand or some shit? Like,
Nah, it's like where like all the politicians are there, but also all of the like creative people tend to get drawn there, like filmmakers, fucking artists,
really?
musicians. Yeah. Like Massey itself is one of the top creative universities in the country, and it's pretty much where everyone goes to in terms of creative stuff. Like
Yeah.
one of my RAs, he's a part of a duo DJ team called the what are they called? The Bald Dick Boys.
Yo,
okay.
nice.
Like-
Interesting. All right.
But like, there's just tons of random people that do that type shit, and it's so cool. Walking down the street, like walking down Cuba Street, especially, like all the buskers and shit, like are crazy good.
I think
That
Wellington
must
is
be
the best nightlife in New Zealand. Like honestly,
Really?
walking around's crazy. Yeah,
Like better than Auckland.
yeah.
It's
I've
so
been there
good.
a couple. I've only been there like 2 or 3 times, but that's awesome there.
See, I need
Well,
to
like,
travel
you can go
more.
out-
I can't drive. If you guys didn't know, I would have been able to.
Then
if my
get your
parents-
license.
Yeah, I was supposed to get my
Yeah.
license. Now my parents are going to sell my car because I don't leave the house because I'm so dedicated to YouTube. So thanks, guys. It's actually your
You call
fault
that
that I can't
dedication?
drive.
Do you call that dedication?
Yeah.
And how long has it been since you've uploaded?
3 weeks. But that whole entire time, all 3 weeks, I've been working on a new video. So I have been trying slightly.
Ah, okay.
What's
Yeah,
this bullshit
that's
I'm
good,
hearing?
that's good.
What about
No,
you?
but,
Oh yes.
I've been all up and down New Zealand. I've been to Australia and Rarotonga, but I've lived in the like bottom of the South Island, and I grew up in the Bay of Plenty. Like two completely opposite fucking places to live.
Well, true. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I'm so bad at geography. I couldn't tell you like any other place in the South Island other than Christchurch. Like, I'm so uneducated.
Dunedin,
Where-
Invercargill, Pukatika,
Picton.
who else?
Yeah,
Picton. Yeah, Picton.
Picton.
That's the one I was looking. That's what I was thinking about.
Where did you
The
live in the
ferry.
South
Picton's a
Island?
banger. I lived in Invercargill, which
Yo,
is right
Invergiggle.
Invercargill, Lishko.
Invergiggle, mate.
They just got their first Kmart apparently.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
lucky
goodness.
motherfuckers. No, I went there. I think I was there for a year. And in my time there, because it was around primary school, I literally made a treehouse with 3 other guys for the school. Like, I built them a tree. I helped build a treehouse to go in their school.
Surely
No,
that's
that's
a bit unsafe. Like, back when I was in primary school, we weren't allowed to climb trees.
Nah, they were fully okay with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
goals that we
goodness,
had-
dude.
They let us put it up.
Did you have back in primary school, like back in your primary school, like did you guys have to wear hats in the summer when you went outside?
Nah.
Really?
What?
That was so annoying back when we were
What?
kids. Although I don't know about Kai and Sean because I don't know how they're like.
No, we didn't have to wear it only at intermediate.
Yeah, that's right.
TIS?
Intermediate. And,
Mighty TIS, let's go.
Hell yeah, let's go. Who's the principal there now? Because isn't Mr. Diver like not dead, but he's like retired, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised
Isn't
he's
he
not dead yet.
but he's like retired.
He's like
Quote
retired.
that. Let's go. Quote that.
What were
Do you know he
gonna
was the
say?
principal when my oldest brother was there? My oldest brother's 29.
Yeah, no, that Mr. Diver's been at that school for like fucking who knows how long. Like he's
Like
been
almost
there
since it opened.
for... Yeah,
Like,
I think so. Back when belting was
Isn't it-
okay, because apparently like I remember
Oh my
once at an assembly he was talking about like how he was there.
how he
since,
wished
like,
he could beat kids again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically what he was
Reminiscing on the
saying.
good old days.
Yeah.
At my primary school, the one that I went to the longest, I had like the sickest fucking principal, Mr. Wilson. He's the man. Shout out to Wilson.
Shout out if you ever listen to this, he owes you a bear.
Old mate Wills.
Old mate
but fucking, my god, the new guy that they've got in literally laundered money and they still have him there.
Bro,
He got caught doing it
Turn
and he
up,
still
bro.
works there.
how? That
I don't
is it
even
just
know.
because the
I think
school's
it's just-
trash or like
Yeah, well,
They're
it used to
desperate
be the top school in the Bay of Plenty,
really?
and the second that Mr. Wilson left, it just went.
Wait, what school was that?
Allendale, my man.
I've never heard of
Yeah,
it in my
nah.
life.
It's like
All I remember is
Fucking-
Sound Ridge always winning competitions. Let's go.
Bro, I don't do that.
bloody
Back in the hood.
yellow and navy.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I'm so glad I went to Selwyn Ridge because, like, I mean, a lot of people sometimes people don't like it, but I reckon that was like my favorite school experience.
The
I mean,
teachers were dope. The
yeah,
principal's a sick guy. He's still there as well.
like that actually brings me up to the point where Flux, before Flux was a thing, we all started off as friends at that primary school. Me, Nathaniel, and Jack. and obviously, and also autism or Cameron. He was also at that primary school.
Is his name Eggnog now?
Eggnog, I think that's his name now. But
Yeah.
Hamu
Hamish.
also went to the same primary school as us. I feel like maybe there's one other person, but I'm not really remembering. But that was such a like cool primary school. So many great memories. All the girls there fucking hated me, dude. Which is why...
Well, you were always shorter than them, and you still are.
Dude. It's hard.
Got him.
There are some girls out there that are like younger than me that are like shorter than me.
Only a small few.
Oh, dude. Like, now, I reckon half the reason I use girls for views now is because I've never seen them as that important. Back
I
when
don't
I was
think you
a
should.
kid.
I don't think you should
Like-
say
Oh
that
my
you
God.
do that.
No, like, I don't use women for views or girls. Like, the girls that I record with, I'm friends with, or like the girl, I guess, because I've only recorded with one girl so far. Actually, no.
Really?
We had Mai. She was around, and then she kind of gapped the scene.
Yeah, I don't know where she
And
went.
then I was friends with Kayla the Asian, who also gapped the scene.
Wait, was that her like actual name,
that's
or
what-
was
that
that
was-
just how you
No, that's how.
described?
No, that was how she like called her. She called herself. She had a YouTube channel. You can still find it on my related channels called Chipotle Pick or Chipotle Pick, some shit like that. But when she would start her videos or like end her videos or whatever, she would go as Kayla the Asian, and like. I don't really want to get into it, but the reason why I stopped being friends with her is because I wasn't allowed, because a girl who I had a thing with at the time, like, didn't like...
Also had the same
Kay-
name.
Yeah, also had the same name. So
And
I...
was also Asian, and she
No,
was like,
no,
"Oh, that's
no,
fine."
she was
not
Latino, but like, bro, she got slightly mad and like talked to Kayla the Asian like, hey, blah, blah. I don't know what the hell she said, but Kay the Asian barely talked to me afterwards, so that's kind of harsh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ruining friendships like a boss.
dude, no, we don't want to talk about her anymore because she did ruin friendships. It's very sad. Luckily, we're still
Slowly,
friends
yeah.
with Hamish now, so that's good. One of the points I put down was why people come and go from Team Flux so much. Like, obviously, we've had a bunch of different people
'Cause we don't last.
leave. Whoa. Okay. We've had people leave, we've had heaps of people join. And the thing with Fluxtacuck now is it's kind of like our Discord is like a hub for me to allow, like, I can promote certain people that I want, right? And I usually use Fluxtacuck or the team Fluxtacuck as a way to promote certain people. And like we have a part of Fluxtacuck, we have the obviously Sunny from X37. We have obviously Jack and Taru from the Lotus Club. You have
Let's go.
Menzel and Darwin from the Minority Boys or Minority Gang, however they want to be titled as. And like
Associated with.
yeah. Like, I think it's so cool to be able to obviously have a hub group that also promotes other people, other content creators, because it doesn't matter if you're in another YouTube like group, but like at the end of the day, like you make videos with me, I like your content, we're friends. I'm more than like happy to promote you and what you do and all that, but that's kind of why like a lot of people join and a lot of people leave.
Yeah.
Like the way I add people to Flux is usually off of like what if you're funny and like I enjoy like talking to you, you fit in
If
with
you can
everyone
be
else.
exploited for views.
Well, yeah, we don't want to say that too much, but sometimes if you're a certain person, you actually fit in so well and you're so useful that we like to make videos with you because you're fun to be around and
Useful.
you, at the end of the day, bash out some more views than normal, then I can't help but respect you. So, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that Flux is so fluid is kind of sick to me because I haven't really heard of that before.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there's a bunch of there's a couple of us that get on each other's nerves every now
Oh,
and again.
definitely.
But then you have a couple games, and then you just separate for a day or two playing different games, and then you're back together.
Which is
Yeah.
also cool, like, obviously, with recording, and why Team Flux is so cool is because I can record Rainbow with you guys, and I can go play a completely different game with some other people in Flux and make content on that game. Like, I obviously, I don't think I'm going to release... Oh, no, I am going to come back to releasing that video, but I have a Sea of Thieves video with a completely different group of people, like Sunny, Foam, which was Jeffrey, who I used to make music with. And then Sean was in that too. So obviously, like, we have different groups for different games, and it's kind of all good because at the end of the day, we can all come together and slightly be friends and get along. Like, there's not really that much beef between like people that it really causes damage to
With the videos and
group.
stuff.
Yeah, or to the videos. Like, I hate like arguing when it comes to like certain content. Like, obviously in the past I've had certain people in Flux that haven't respected me to a certain level, which a lot of people get mad at me about the way I work.
Wait, we're supposed to respect you?
You're supposed to have some layer of respect, and obviously I've known you for so fucking long, Nathaniel, to the point where you could make fun of me, and I clearly know you still respect me slightly at the end of the day.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I'll still help you with it, whatever PC problems you may have.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Without you and
Our friendship's so
Kai,
tight.
Spark.
You would use one of my monitors for like a year.
that was half the reason I was able to record and play games, like having my
Yeah, you
OBS
finally
on
had a second monitor.
Yeah.
Shout out to the webcam.
Dude, and,
Yo,
and the
yes.
webcam, which I want to do streams in the future with the webcam. That's obviously Nathaniel's super important when it comes to just
I'm
being
resourceful.
there and helping the brother out. But yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
obviously there's a few things still happening. We're at almost 800 subscribers on the channel. That is sick.
Dude, how me and Jadaris went on Omegle for like
Dude,
2 nights,
oh my
and we
God,
gained
so fun.
we gained
So
you like
funny.
12 subs. or something.
Yeah. I have some content recorded. I want to make a Omegle video at some point, but I need to get some more clips for that. So that'll be coming. Just
Oh, that was so good.
all around. I'm
Yo,
hoping,
Jadar, you need to fucking upload some Omegle shit because that's so
dude,
funny.
that you like
His first
yeah,
video is Omegle, surely.
Bald
Oh my
Man
god, it's the
Explores.
funniest thing I've seen in so
Omegle.
long.
Oh, definitely. Hell
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, big things. Big-ish things coming. My clothing line. I quickly want to talk about that.
Yes.
I think I already talked about it a little bit, but it's coming soon.
You mentioned it, but you didn't really say much.
I think the date I have set at the moment, which might change due to Corona, was July. Dropping
year?
the first drop, yes, July this year. But I might have to
Alright.
push it back because I don't know how long it's going to take to get. I might do the pre-order in July and then do another drop.
And then
next
yeah,
year.
once you can get all the stuff done that you need to get done, then and figure out how much you've got inventory wise, then select the drop from there.
Yeah, because the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to get I'm going to set up a pre-order where people can go onto the website and look at the hoodies that are in the first drop. There is going to be multiple drops. I've already set that up. And then go through, you would select your size, the color you want, the design, because we have 2 different designs at the moment that are coming out. And then once everyone's pre-ordered or whatever, I'll write down that list and I'll get those actually brought into the country because I live in New Zealand and everything I get has to come from somewhere else because it's so difficult. I can't buy in New Zealand because New Zealand's that shit that I don't want to buy anything from New Zealand because it's not up to a certain standard that I want. So, and especially with colors, I'm trying to make a clothing brand that is colorful, simplistic, and good quality, high quality clothing that I would want to wear that doesn't scream YouTuber merch because there's way too much of that. Like, everyone fucking has a merchandising, everyone has merch and not enough people have clothing that people actually
Yeah, and you also
buy.
want to make it actually affordable rather than.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to scam people. I don't want to
Fully be like, I'm making this hoodie for $3. Time to sell it for $200.
I'm lucky with what I'm creating is up to a high quality, but also like I can sell it for a not super expensive. Like for you Americans, it's going to be good priced because the New Zealand dollar. I want it to make it affordable for everyone. And like with my New Zealanders and Australians, our currency's fucked at the moment because of Corona. So what could be $30 is now 50. So if I sold my hoodie in my country for 30, then 30 USD, it would be $50 for them or whatever. Like I need to have a good price that's going to fit for everyone and not be too expensive because my main audience is in New Zealand and Australia. And shout out to our manager Unlucky, who's fucking helped me so much with this clothing brand and helping everything be possible, and this podcast.
Actually the OG.
Dude, and
Straight
the
up.
upcoming business stuff.
And you just got a new mic too, so that's dope.
Yeah, that's sick.
My God. Mystery Mans.
I can't wait
He
for him to
sounds
start making
beautiful
content,
again.
by the way. I think with his talent, he can make some dope fucking content. And like, if I edited it, although he can edit himself anyway, so I reckon big things coming from him. That'll be sick. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go over. Well, like, I want to, like, you know, we're close to 800. Hopefully we hit 1K by the end of the year. That'll be sick. And
would be pretty
I'm
dope.
trying to organize a sponsorship for some time when I hit 1K or onwards to try expand the Flux branding or whatever. So that'll be sick. Does anyone else want to say anything before we finish off?
Short on the Twitch.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. So Taru or Nano is twitch.tv/.
Links in description.
Nano
yeah.
Attack 02.
If you're listening, if you're listening on Spotify, his is Nano Attack 02.
Oh, 02. 02, yeah.
02. And then yours.
Same with the Insta.
Mine is just the same Scooter Trooper.
Yeah,
But
twitch.tv/.
instead of ERs, it's A's. No, it's not. No
There's no
underscore.
underscore in the link. Okay, my bad. Brushman, you want to promote anything?
Yeah, bro, you need to check out the channel Rusty Screwdriver. It's got some high quality videos.
Yeah. Drawing
Very
videos.
high quality.
His channel's in the related thing or in the.
Yo,
And
Microsoft
autism.
Paint, let's
And
go.
Sean, do you have any new videos coming out? Do you want to promote anything?
I may, but I don't really need a promotion from you.
Oh!
Got him!
Fucking hell! Okay.
Ooh, just got.
Damn. Okay, well then on that note, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Spotify. If you're from Spotify, thank you guys for listening on Spotify. Keep supporting the podcast, keep supporting the channel, because the more you support, the more we can make these kind of videos or make podcasts, do everything. Thank you so much. I love everyone. I do. I'm not racist. I love everyone.
That's
Yeah,
kind of gay.
especially the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially everyone. Thank you guys. Peace out.